All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESOC Weekend Pilgrimage. This game, a bit of a change of pace. We see a lot of Iroquois mirrors, a lot of Iroquois in general, a lot of aggressive shipments, age up fast, being very quick in the colonial age. This, as I said, a bit of a change of pace, a wacky Indian mirror. A lot going wrong for both players, and it sort of turns into something quite unusual and quite fun to watch. So, yes, enjoy. And if you are enjoying this tournament, do check out the SmackDown Patreon. I've recently updated it. There you can see all of the formats that we've tried so far. There are links to those videos. And every dollar we receive goes right back into funding prize pools. In fact, we're matching every dollar. So any support is actually twice as valuable to the community and, of course, helps us put on more tournaments and show matches. But without further ado, enjoy the video. As you can see on the bottom of the map in the color red, we do have Turk playing as the Indians. His boats will spawn here, and he's got full line of sight over the hunts, right? So this is another good map for this format. He can't see these hunts, I would imagine, but they are nearby. And it is worth pointing out you can actually ungarrison on this cliff, which is one of the things that ceases me.
That seems interesting.
It amuses me to no end how Age of Empires 2 works. Yeah, well, he's going to go up the coast here, I guess scouting the coast for hunts before he deposits, which kind of makes sense. His opponent, though, has dropped the Pilgrims ASAP and is just going to grab these hunts here. This has not worked out too well. I think he sees a berry bush and is like, I'm just going to, that'll do. But yeah, I think was hoping for some kind of hunt.
Found them.
Is rewarded.
Way late in comparison. Way late.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, yeah, Somppu's already like, hunting away. What's this map called again?
Alaska.
Alaska. Looks like the Motorola logo.
Yeah, an M.
Yeah, it does.
See, well, ESOC was sponsored by Motorola to make a map.
Of course.
But then they pulled out at the last moment, and we still had the map ready. No, I have no idea, but this is Alaska. It's what I would call like an arena map. When I say that, I don't mean Age of Empires 2, the arena, the walls. I just mean like an empty battleground in the center without any map features. It's just sort of a fighting arena. But it seems like a good map for this format, and it does have some quite interesting water that goes around in this semicircle, and you can build outposts on the side and stuff, and also the terrain down the bottom here, and also a Nootka settlement. In fact, 2 Nootka settlements. But yeah, that's the map for those that may not have seen it. In this matchup, though, surprised to see only 4 villages. We've often been seeing, that's a good word, 8 villages on there. But both players going to have, not too many. You do get some diminishing returns, maybe because it's an India mirror and they're not up against Iroquois or someone so fast. There is no age fast option. They don't feel the pressure to be up quite so quickly. 8 villages is quite inefficient because each additional villager is slower at building the agri-fort than the last.
Yeah, it's the same in AoE2 in general with building as well, but makes sense, right? Like, your opponent's not going to be up super fast, and even if it's a few seconds, it's not really going to make much of a difference in a mirror match. But Somppu ahead by 2 economic units already. Turk so far has not trained a single villager, and Somppu has, so there we go.
Yeah, first one coming out.
First one popping out, but I wonder if that really...
That makes sense, right? Because he got on the food later than Somppu did, and their priority was obviously the age up. It looks like, though, also Somppu has got a market there, whereas I Am Turk does not quite yet. Market seems really, really strong in this format because you have so many villagers. But, yeah, we're not seeing anything aggressive just yet. The players playing this out very much a bit slower. We actually see Somppu...
Oh, wow, that's a lot of walling.
Yeah, this is the India mirror, so there is that sort of ceasefire to bear in mind at some point, and just having walls everywhere, you can build a gate and retreat behind it, and that shuts down the ceasefire sort of
Maybe we'll
timing.
see quite a lot of that, actually, here. Just like a lot of walling up, a lot of defensive style play until one player is sort of confident that they have the ability to take the win when they fight.
Yes, so this could almost be the exact opposite, the antithesis almost of...
It's a great word.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Antithesis.
I know. I heard it in a podcast, I think, yesterday, and now I'm like, yeah, that's a word.
Like,
I'm using that word.
I'm going to yoink that, put that in my vocab.
Yeah, that's mine now. Of the previous game, though, so could see a really long one here. Obviously, speculation. Somppu has a few sepoy. It looks like they're heading around for a bit of a raid here, Zach. They're going to march, see what they can find, see what they can get done. but very sneaky.
Sneaky. Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, obviously, he's going to run straight to the TC, so won't get much done by the looks of things.
No villagers here to shoot. There are some here.
Yeah, perhaps.
Does get scouted. That could be a bit of a no-no. That's a lot of Sepoy there, right?
Imagine if he gets caught by a stomp or something now.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's lucky. If he gets tangled, that army from Turk will clean that up.
I'd like to see a split up. Half go one way, half go the other.
Right, just head him off.
But
he's going to get backed up against the wall of the cliff anyway. I think Turk perhaps try and position himself a little better. There's the stomp on a few. And... oh, no! Baited.
Another stomp. Yeah, it looks like he might have managed to get away. Meanwhile, though...
the split would have been the better play.
He is going to get some value of his own. Somppu may lose a few units here, but he's going to be able to kill 5 Sepoys. He's got the Soars. The camels will be able to snare. And there is that. But
wild goose chase over there, isn't it? But yes, Somppu does get away a little bit at least, and I'm quite impressed that he got away there. I guess Turk was perhaps distracted by what was happening up in the north, where you see the Minutemen and the Sepoy pushing back against Somppu there.
Yeah, that's a key difference in their build, the Minutemen, right? It looks like Turk's gone for...
the shipments are actually very different.
This is what I'm coming on to, right? Turk's gone for a consulate, which means he's going to need to send 300 export very early in order to enable the consulate. And Somppu has gone with 4 Soar, which are actually really useful for catching those units up here. Right. But Turk's got the more sort of long game... this is a greedier shipment, so to speak. You're going to be able to get the Ottoman villages because he's got a lot of export now saved up. But yeah, these Sepoys are still alive. They're still chasing down villages.
Now, though, and you've even got the Caravel for the additional fire.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing in a way because he's kept Turk very busy with the bulk of his army.
That's true. He's bought a lot of time. And behind this, he's got so many villages trained.
Jeez, right, yeah, 27 up against 14.
Let's
very big eco for Somppu. Big eco plays from the blue player.
Yeah. Let's check their villages very quickly.
And the distributivism as well, which is, or foreign logging, sorry, which is actually going to contribute even further.
That's true. That's a good shipment to have. And he's got really good market upgrades, Zach. We've got Imperial Bureaucracy and all of the second-tier upgrades, you know, Fleeman Ditching and Professional Hunters in. So Somppu's economy is really, really nice. Let's compare that to Turk. He's only got civil servants. That's it. He's got his market down, but he's not got hardly any upgrades. So Somppu, he may have lost those units, but that bought him a lot of time, which is maybe exactly what he needed because he's been clearly training a lot of villagers and... is going for that sort of longer game, kept all these units back.
He's got the gates to fall back on as well, the walls. Like, this is actually very good for Somppu if this goes long.
Yeah.
Turk now pushing out, though, maybe trying to use this timing to catch some vills, maybe do something here, as Sompu's actually aging right now with that Taj Mahal.
Esoc Somalis, that's going up.
I'm assuming that's the Taj Mahal.
That is the Taj. Well, it has to be, right? Yeah. It's Somppu. I'm not even going to bother checking. It's the right shape for a Taj Mahal. Exactly. We know what it is. But yeah, he's going to force the villagers off and does keep 2 gathering there, but now he's going to have to get back. And that age up is going to be slowed quite a bit. But I think he's going to be okay. These villagers might get caught. That's the biggest issue right now. Aside from that, though, there's no units in immediate danger. And these, you know, maybe he loses a couple of houses, but I think he'd be okay. Yeah, this was what I was afraid of for Somppu. This is exactly what Turk needs. He's behind an eco, and this is going to be a nice few pickups here. I would like to point out to anyone tuning in, the pilgrims that died, they don't count on the eco pop, but they do for some reason count on the military pop. But
he might actually lose that. What happens here if he loses the Taj Mahal? It just doesn't age, or
it would be very hard to kill. It's just
you say that, but he's actually killing it. Will
he is? Yeah, maybe it does go down. Yeah, this is like maybe one of the few times it goes down.
He's referring to himself here, I think. I am God. I
have a feeling. The thing is, if it does go up, it will go back to being at full HP.
Right, but I think he's got it. He's got the rate of damage here to kill it. That's cool. I've never seen that. I guess that cancels the upgrade.
Yeah.
Has to. Jeez, that hurts.
He does get all the resources back, though.
That is so good for Turk.
And he's just going to dump it down again somewhere else by the looks of it.
Meanwhile, on the other side, though, there is a raid from Somppu. Running into a TC again, however. Might find some bills.
Yeah. But the eco's being back to normal now because of that big pickup, right?
That is huge.
They are both doing a kind of...
It's Turk who's going to be up first now, by the way. Off the back of that. Which is amazing.
Well, maybe not. He's forced the villagers away with these Sepoy.
He'll still be up first.
Yeah. Oh, he will be. Yeah, he started that way before. You're right. Yeah, I didn't look at that.
Yeah, no problem.
And he's got 3 shipments ish available.
Jeez.
Turk's in a great spot.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, not another one. He's gonna walk straight up.
But he's got the walls.
Yeah, but look, he can kill this again.
Oh my God, you're right. This happens so rarely that.
No way.
But his own ceasefire is working against him.
Yeah, true. But he might still have time, you know. He's got more reinforcements
It's
coming.
risky business, though, because if you don't kill it and they get up, they get all of their...
I don't think it's that risky. I mean, your army's not doing anything else.
That's true, I suppose. You could be killing this barracks or something, but if it goes up, it has no damage on it, right?
He's got it again. He's killed it again. I can't believe this.
That's
amazing.
We found the counter. The counter to the Taj Mahal is...
Don't let them get the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, exactly. Just Kaiser, everyone that's been complaining, you're doing it wrong. This is how you deal with India.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And now he's got so much free reign on this build. Somppu actually has got caravels. He's shipped 2 caravels, look. He's trying to protect those villas from the water.
Yeah, that's a really sensible shipment, actually.
Yeah, but it just don't...
I think he'd rather be in the Fortress Age.
Right, and maybe we'll see Arumi and stuff coming from the Turk now because, well, it's 8 Gurkha. But maybe we will see some Arumi and stuff next Stomp.
Your roommate, your roomie. That's kind of what I imagine when people say it.
Actually, this Gurkha are going to get clean.
Yeah, well, when sepoy or musket units in general are in range of skirmishers, they actually trade reasonably well, especially with the area damage elephant.
Yeah, right.
And it's soaking, more importantly, right?
True. Wow, but still Turk doing well here. I think he's really, amazingly doesn't have the score lead, but I feel like he's won our hearts at the very least if he doesn't win the game.
Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm.
if he goes over there, perhaps. But hey, if the Agrofort's free right now, why not?
Good use of the Aggro Fort from Somppu. He targeted the Minutemen there. They're all on 1 HP and die very quickly. Yeah. But yeah, Aggro Fort does go down. Somppu loses his Aggro Fort, but I don't think he minds too much. It's just a glorified blockhouse, really. Turk's roaming with these villagers, and he's not able to get too much useful stuff done. You know, there's so many caravels up here that the villagers are able to just gather from the food reasonably easily without having to worry. Meanwhile, Somppu's in the south of the map here with a good number of sepoy, really causing some issues for these villages. But we see some Yurumi of Turk now coming out, and those are going to be very effective against these sepoy. But I think ultimately Somppu will finally get up to the Fortress Age. I'm actually quite impressed that the score is how it is, despite being so delayed.
Question: if he loses his TC, does he have a shipment drop-off point?
He does not. He would have to build a castle or reconstruct his TC.
Yeah, so that's awkward because he's got 2 shipments saved for the Fortress Age.
That is a very good point to bring up then. So he could ship frigates and stuff.
Let's ship boats.
He has got frigate in deck there, but I think he'd rather send military shipments and start retaking some of this land control. He is, however, being forced off the coin mine. That's a town center. Okay, so he will be able to get this TC down.
I can't believe he's using his... I can't believe it. He's using his ceasefire to build a frickin' town center.
And the ceasefire is enough time.
And he's going to lose it again.
Oh, wow.
This is hilarious. I can't believe he's going to abandon it, man.
Because it's actually enough time to get it most of the way completed, and with only 3 hussars there, you'd finish it off and not take too much damage.
He's got no shipment points. Well, he sent a shipment. It must be the frigate. It's the only thing he could have... Or an upgrade, right?
Or an upgrade. It's clearly not a military unit shipment, though. Turk's just bought so much time killing both those Taj Mahals, and he's able to kill all of those key buildings, the Aggro Fort, the town center.
Stuff going on the other side of the map, though. Can we just see what's happening there? There's blue dots everywhere. Right, not a lot, actually. A bit underwhelming. Now the frigate. Right.
There's a frigate, yeah, and with 4 caravels, should be able to get this down. Not sure what the ecos are like. It looks like Turk is slightly ahead, but we have no idea how many pilgrims have died. I see 2 on the floor there. Yeah.
This has actually been a great game from Turk. I've really enjoyed it. I think it's got some stuff in it I've never seen before, which I always enjoy from a match.
I've watching an age up wonder go down before it's complete is such a novelty and rarity.
And then you get it twice in one game.
Yeah,
you've been treated. There's the Arumi there dealing with the sepoy, but Cav now arriving.
Cav are very good against Sepoy, but Sepoy, pardon me, it's Yurimi, but Yurimi have a lot of HP, so they'll be fine here.
Yeah, especially with the elephants too. But yeah, can't get to the TC up in the north because there are too many boats from Somppukunkku. But just look at the stats. Turk, 61 against 8 military. And keep in mind that military, 25 of which originally were pilgrims.
Yes.
Which means that Somppu has 8 or less pilgrims right now, which means his eco is trash.
He's lost a lot of villages. Turk has 3 shipments stacked up too, which is...
Yeah, he can't send them through fast enough, can he? Either that or he's been slacking.
Yeah, he's going to have
I think he's slacking, actually.
He's
That
got
British India company came in ages ago.
Yeah, I think what you're used to as India is distributivism and then sometimes foreign logging as well. So building houses is not really too difficult, but you haven't got either of them here just because of the way the game's played out.
Wood upgrades, he surely has, right?
Just the base upgrade there, so which India always get. They start the game with that. So no wood gathering upgrades, but yeah, he's sent a couple of shipments now. Let's take a look at his deck then. I think maybe the reason he couldn't send them was because he wants to send all these big elephant shipments that cost food and didn't have the resources or something. Either way, though, has spent them down now. We see some Yurumi coming out from Somppu, the 7 Yurumi shipment.
So wasted, though.
But yeah, they may be good against Sepoy, but there's so many of them that they're going to get cut down quite quickly.
Yeah.
So them going in there wasn't too effective. But we do see Sepoy of Somppu in the bottom of the map here are able to take down a few of these villages. Does have that going for him. The score is definitely Turk favored here, and I think he's got the economy to boot. So I think it's just a waiting game now. He just needs to do relevant stuff, keep doing what he's doing with his military, you know, sieging down buildings here and there, and should be okay. Somppu, frigate, going to be tasked to killing these units and trying to save his Taj Mahal, but that's not going to happen. Here comes, and Somppu sees it, 2 siege elephants, which are very threatening against the boats.
What's the range on this? 28?
28.
Which is solid.
It's the same as a falconet. The frigate is slightly more.
Sure,
and he's going to broadside the elephant by the looks of it, somehow through the cliff.
Can he actually get it from there?
Yeah, he did. He got 1 blast on it. But they are very tanky, right? They're not like falconets that have very little HP.
I think it's kind of ironic how Somppu is the one who's not resigning when it's Turk.
Yeah, Turk is usually the one.
The guy who doesn't resign. But yeah, credit to Turk here. Really well played by him. I mean, in my opinion, he's got this game in the bag, but Somppu obviously has other ideas.
Yeah, Somppu's starting to build fishing boats, which is going to get him back economically speaking, and India can gather wood really effectively. He's got all of the upgrades, as we saw earlier. He had them for basically the whole game. Obviously now Turk's got his upgrades too, and he's got foreign logging as well, so he's able to get fishing boats out quickly. Maybe he can rebuild his economy that way. He's not been put in a position yet where he has to quit, but it's not looking good.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 2 PCs as well. He's been building them all over the place, but it just seems like such an ineffective use of his resources, spending all that wood on buildings that keep getting destroyed time and time again.
But all this time, he has been very diligent. He's always had sepoys. There's obviously some here. There was some here earlier, just being all over the map, doing a lot of damage, trying to even up the eco pop. So, I don't know. It is obviously quite hard for us to know what the ecos actually are because the pilgrims aren't taken into account on the economic unit population. But as you pointed out earlier, he's lost a lot of pilgrims, and I don't think Turk's lost as many pilgrims. But maybe this double dock boom can catch up. He's also got a second TC here, so he's got 4 buildings producing economic units. It's now on Turk to really shut that down. Somppu resigns. There's the GG.
There it is.
And I think that makes sense. The age being denied, yeah, that was really what made it. But here, big sepoy army and 2 siege elephants to boot are going to shut down this quite easily. Very well done to Turk. We got to see 2 Taj Mahals.
Well, I don't know what that was, but it was something.
More specifically, we didn't get to see 2 Taj Mahals.
That's true. But I enjoyed that thoroughly. I thought it was really well played by Turk. And it goes to game 3, which is exciting. It's as close a series we've had so far today.
Yeah, and a very long game, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's hilarious. Very long game, 17 minutes.
So, let's take a look at the post-game, actually.
And actually an upset in the betting as well. 71% bet for Somppukunkku.
Somehow, Somppu was ahead on eco the whole game. when he lost so many vills, right?
Well, actually, we did speak about how he had foreign logging so early and
That's
how
true.
he had so many upgrades. But
Maybe that's...
keep in mind, villager population might not be...
Yeah, I think it does count them on here. Because this is baked into the game.
Sure,
This is the
right,
native UI.
oh, yeah, they start at like 31, right? So, yeah, that's cool. At least the graph works.
Yeah, that is interesting. Oh, that's something you could do then. Do you mind spawning in?
Sure,
You
I
can
can.
resign immediately and then just
Will
check
the
the
graphs
post
just
games.
update?
Yeah, they update.
Okay, cool. I can do that.